So I already discussed copyright early on, but our local copyright, our national copyright ordinance basically says the same thing as many other legal documents, that copyright is the exclusive right of the creator of a work of literature, science, or art, or of his successors to publish and to multiply it, subject to the limitations set by law. To go a little bit deeper into copyright, there are several definitions of the creator. I think it's relevant to mention at least one of them. There can be natural persons as creators, and there can be legal entities as creators. But an example that it is not necessarily the one whose hand or photographs or creates something is always seen as the creator is Article 6. In Article 6 you have something in the lines of that if a work is made by the design or based on under the supervision and under the leadership of someone else, that person can be seen as the creator of a work. Someone takes a picture, for example, but I'm saying, you know what, let's change the light. Why don't you change that lens? You know what, let's make a close-up. Oh wait, I'm gonna just change everything in the background over there. Okay, press that button. Okay, someone else might have pressed the button, but I'm seen as a creator. I can imagine that such definitions of creators may already have the possibility to be used when discussing, you know, to what extent is someone actually creating in the way that we know copyright, or to what extent can we say this was just machine generated.
So basically they are very much going around and just playing, but by playing they're also learning how to build things, how sometimes, I do know people that are already starting their own businesses even in Roblox. And we are working still pretty much a little bit traditional. Yes, you can continue playing.
Can't you?
You are now.
Ask mommy.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Very supportive.
She's on a mission.
On a mission. Very serious face as well. I mean, and today she gets 15 minutes extra time. So. Basically, how in a nutshell, how are we going to put everything into practice right now for the betas, the gammas, and the deltas, even based on our decision and creating worlds. So yes, there are more names coming up still, and these babies are not even here yet. Even closer to home, how will we experience and share our reality in a few years? Because that is also a question mark for all of us. So basically you can see the A doodles and all the B's. This is my brain asking all of these questions to be able to somehow, someday get an answer.
I got the opportunity to make the redesign of the KVK building. That's the Curaçao Chamber of Commerce. Yes. There I had the opportunity to do the first half of the building on the ground floor. They really wanted to keep their existing marble tiles, and so I kept that in the design, and the half of the flooring I removed, and we placed some other type of tiles that were on the same height, keeping the marble tiles. Here you can see some artist impressions. The concept here was because this building was designed by a legend in our architecture, Ben Smith, I really wanted to respect that. So the casco, the frame, the building itself, I left it in the original state, and what I changed was the turquoise panels on the front of the elevation. I redesigned new sun, keep the sun away, sun exposure in panels. The perforations in the panels, because basically perforated aluminum panels, powder coated. I chose aluminum because of the environment. The sea salt is very close to the building, and the perforations are circles which represent the bubbles at our coastal line. You can see the coastal colors I used as a palette for my colors I used inside, and also the material used. I have a lot of wood and a lot of turquoise stones in the building also. You can see the pictures of the interior and the exterior as well. So now you have from the building, what I did is I demolished everything and only left the columns, and I created more office spaces, which all of them have view to the outside of the building, so they have maximum daylight, and so everybody comes to work and they're happy because they don't have sick building syndrome, which is very important to keep you mood elevated. So that is the case right now. And as you can see in the pictures, you can see all the offices. They don't have sun exposure, so it's never too hot in the building, but they can't see outside.
Third example was the weirdest project I ever did. This was, we were going to build an open air theater in Amsterdamse Bos. And I don't know if you guys know this, but every single tree in Amsterdamse Bos is a monument. So I had to somehow make a digital landscape with every single tree in that area that we were going to build the theater, because we had to build the theater around it. And imagine planting a tree, the tree growing slanted on a hill. That was a challenge that made me a professional in digitizing nowadays. But basically, what this demonstrates is that there were two ways that we were using technology for architecture, for monumental architecture. We were either using existing buildings and then taking technology to analyze it or digitize it, or we were using technology, in this case, for example, to digitize something that we could create a new design out of.
Just 2 months ago, sorry about that, Apple announced their, just like Eunice just mentioned, the Apple Vision Pro headset. And this thing packs like gazillion cameras, pointing forward, pointing downward, pointing even inward, tracking your eye movements, and basically knowing what you're looking at any single point. And the amazing thing is that it's also, because it's tracking or following your hand movement, you can basically just select stuff by looking at it and tapping your fingers together. It's amazing. Marcus Brownlee, you guys might know him. He's a top tech YouTuber. He has like 1,500 videos on YouTube, just about reviews of gadgets, and he had this to say about that eye tracking technology of this headset. He said that for him, it was the closest thing that he experienced to like magic. Apple, of course, being Apple, this device also comes with a pretty magical price tag. But the point is that all of the big companies are making big bets on XR.
Lo que deep tech naita gewoon letterlijk is teknologia di verdad. Ik was hard is teknologia di verdad. Studie programming languages, algorithms, cloud computing, big data, etc.
Falta poco. ¿Qué es el next step?
Bom, next step amanhã à noite nós temos grande evento no nosso business villa networking. Se botar lá para treinar aqui, botar trempar para o seguinte, que mas outro ano vou ter oportunidade.